Whoops. So my last stream wasn't successful. Let's see if this one is. Kenley Jansen with a 1-2 count. And the pitch on the way is low to Vargas, who is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. And he is even 2 balls and 2 strikes. The veteran Kenley Jansen, 447 saves in his wonderful career. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. Angels 1, White Sox nothing. On this White Sox baseball test, the pitch way inside, and the count goes full at 3-2. I had always thought to cover the White Sox, and here's my chance, albeit alternatively, to be their play-by-play voice, and the play-by-play voice for White Sox fans who can tune in this way. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and there's 1 down in the 9th inning. Sox won yesterday, 8-1. The Angels have the lone run of the afternoon today on a pitcher's duel. So 1 up, 1 down to Luis Robert Jr. here in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch, strike called on the inside corner. The count's 0-1. Victor Locke has joined us. Says, how you doing, Snowman? I'm doing good for this baseball test, man. I'm doing really good. 0-1 the count. Bottom of the 9th, 1-0, Angels. The pitch, swing and a miss, and the count's 0-2. A cutter at 94. What's up, A-Pizzle? I'm doing a baseball test here because I'm going to do a baseball game tonight. 0-2 the count, bottom of the 9th, 1-0 our score in favor of the Angels. Kenley Jansen trying to wrap it up in front of a good house today. The 0-2 pitch coming to Luis Robert. High with a cutter, and it's 1-2. So Jansen trying to do the Mariano Rivera, which is go with 1 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bottom of the 9th inning, 1-0 Angels. Luis Robert is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. And the pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, and Robert knew it. And there's 2 down to the 9th, and the White Sox are down to their final out. 1 more tomorrow at 2:10 Eastern Time, 1:10 Central Time. And we're going to be hopping between that and the Women's Elite 8. White Sox down to their final out, and it's Andrew Benintendi. As Logan O'Hoppe steps out to talk with Kenley Jansen to try to put a strategy together to attack Benintendi. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1-0 Angels. We started this game at 2:10 Eastern Time. And it's been 2 hours and 17 minutes. It's been a pitcher's duel. Benintendi 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Trying to get to Jansen. Benintendi has walked and singled. The pitch, high and wide with a cutter, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 2 down. Benintendi batted .229 last year with 20 homers and 64 driven in. Here's the kick of the 1-0 pitch. A cutter outside. It's a sinker outside, I beg your pardon. 2-0. Andrew Vaughn would be next. You'd love to get him up there with a runner aboard. Here's the 2-0. A swing and a high fly ball, foul. Down the right field line. Well, as a legendary Ken Harrelson would say, right size, wrong shape. 2 balls and a strike. 2 down, bottom of the 9th inning. Mets and Astros later tonight here on the channel. And we'll be sure to have that one. The 2-1 to Andrew. Outside with a cutter, 3-1. That cutter came in at 94. 3 balls, a strike. 2 down, bottom of the 9th inning. Vaughn comes set. And the 3-1 is high. Ball 4 with a sinker that didn't sink. So the tying run aboard for Andrew Vaughn. Of course, Andrew Vaughn can win it with one swing of the bat. Let's see what happens. Vaughn heads to the plate. And the fans stand up. Vaughn 0 for 3, 2 ground outs, and he grounded into a double play. So 3 ground outs for Andrew Vaughn. You'd love for him to get a chance to tie it. They'll toss to first, check on Benintendi, and he's back safely. Vaughn homered yesterday. See if he can get a hold of one today, but this is a very crafty pitcher. The pitch to Vaughn, swinging a foul at the plate. The count's 0-1. As mentioned, Vaughn 0 for 3. He hit .246 last year with 19 homers and 70 driven in. White Sox won only 24 games at home last year, lost 58. They're looking to change that in a hurry. And they started with they got swept in 4 games. There's a toss to first, runner back. They got swept by the Detroit Tigers in a 4-game series to kick off the season, and it went downhill from there. 0-1 the count to Andrew Vaughn. Benintendi at first, 2 out, bottom of the 9th inning. And a 1-0 Angels lead. And what has been a beautiful pitcher's duel this afternoon. The kick in the 0-1, a swing at a ground ball headed to short. They go across to first. Game over. So Vaughn grounds out 4 times on the afternoon, and the Angels take game 2 of this series by a final of 1-0. Tough go of it for the White Sox today. Beautiful pitcher's duel, as I said, but they were unable to come up with the equalizer, and the Angels take game 2 of this series by a final of 1-0. They've reached halftime in Birmingham, Alabama, and the Texas Longhorns lead the Tennessee Lady Volunteers by a count of 34-30. And let's take a look at the final totals on the board for the Angels. 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. And for the White Sox, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Only 2 hits on the afternoon for the White Sox, who yesterday got 11. Angels left 4 on base. And the White Sox also left 4 on base. Angels left 8 on base, I beg your pardon. The White Sox left 4 on base. So the totals again, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors, 8 left on base for the Angels. And for the White Sox, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and they left 4. Game was played in 2 hours and 19 minutes at Rate Field, and the attendance, 20,602. Tough go today for the White Sox. They lose 1-0. But we will be back later with the Mets and the Astros. They are scheduled for a 7:15 first pitch as we begin our 30-day challenge of baseball. Red Planet Photography has dropped in, and I appreciate Victor and A Pizzle and Red Planet for all dropping in today. We'll get everything ready for 7:15 tonight between the New York Mets and the Houston Astros. Each of those teams are 1-1 on the year. Thanks for tuning in to this